Welcome back. A big game ahead for England's Lionesses tonight as they look to boost their hopes of qualifying for the defence of their Euros title as they face France in Saint-Etienne. Sarina Wiegman has said ahead of the game that her team won't be changing who they are heading into a crucial qualifier.
We feel confident. Of course, France is a very good team, and that's what they showed too with the power and the pace they have in the team. So we're aware of that, and we really want to take out their strengths. We want to have the ball more than they have, but they want to have the ball too, of course. And what we want to do, like last Friday, I think we had some big opportunities which we could not turn into huge chances and scoring goals. And we hope we can be a little tighter on the ball and execute better than we did Friday. I think we have a kind of an identity. We're not going to throw everything overboard because we want to be unpredictable for the opponent. That means because then we're going to be unpredictable for ourselves. So we want to build on what we already have and do a couple of things better and have a couple of little tweaks, and then hopefully get more in our strengths and try to put them in their weaknesses and take away their strengths. That's what we're basically trying to do.
Very frustrated with Friday. You know, we've got a team of winners, people that want to push each other out of the team. As you said, you know, Ella's trying to push for a starting place, and that's the competition within the team. And every day, everyone's fighting for them positions, and we want to prove. You know, things don't always go right. That's football, and there's no one more than the players who get frustrated and want to pick the hell out of the game the other night. But we are, again, we've analysed, we feel ready, we feel that we can put a good performance on tomorrow night and show that we can beat France comfortably. I think, you know, you've got to beat the best to be the best, and obviously we've got that target on our back since winning the Euros, but we have enough quality in this team to be able to play against any team and beat them. So yeah, obviously it's a tough group. Most people probably say it's a group of death, but yeah, again, you've got to beat the best to be the best.
Well, things were certainly made more difficult by that loss in the reverse fixture at St James's Park on Friday. Let's look ahead to the second instalment of this clash with Anton Tolui, who joins us live now. Afternoon to you, Anton. So just put this into some context for us. How important is it for England to get a win tonight after that defeat?
Yeah, it's absolutely huge. If you look at the state of the group at the moment, the top two teams in the qualification group go through automatically to the Euros next summer. England's currently third in that group, and a defeat tonight to France means France qualify. England would probably need to win their two remaining games against the Republic Island and Sweden, and potentially even hope results go their way in other games as well, with Sweden's other games. So much is on the line for England tonight. They want to qualify comfortably. If they finish in the bottom half of that group, then they go into a two-rounded playoff in October, November and December, and that is exactly what England want to avoid. They want to qualify in this group comfortably. They want to be able to pick the opponents they want in this group of friendlies building up to next summer. They don't want to have to go through the troubles and the stresses of the playoffs. But at the moment, England are on the outside looking in at the automatic qualification positions.
And obviously we saw what happened first time around. So how big a task is it for England to get the win this evening?
Yeah, it's huge. They come up against a very, very good France team, as Sarina Wiegman was just talking about there, but also a France team with one heck of a record against England, especially in France. England haven't won in France against France for 51 years. You have to go back to 1973 for England's last win. In fact, England have played France in France 8 times since then, and they've lost 5 times and only drawn 3. And it's not just away that England have a rotten record against the French. They've only won 2 in their last 24 games against Les Bleus in all competitions, no matter where that game's taken place around the world. France have very much had England's number historically, as well as just on Friday night at Newcastle. And it's the fact that it's going to be celebrated pre-match tonight, because the French team of 2003, the first ever France team to qualify for a World Cup, that celebration was culminated by beating England in 2003 in Saint-Etienne. That team is being celebrated pre-match tonight on the pitch in Saint-Etienne, with a certain Sonia Bonpastor, one of the players, being celebrated.
And what's going to be going through Wiegman's mind right now in terms of that starting 11? Does she now need to think about changing her starting team?
I think if you speak to a lot of fans, they'd like to see a couple of changes. But look, You heard about Sarina Wiegman there talk about identity, saying they feel comfortable. I do not expect England to make any changes to their outfield players tonight. Sarina Wiegman has come up with a plan she thinks that can beat the French. They've been working on set pieces, they've been working on the intense French press, and she wants to go with her most experienced lieutenants in that team, the group of soldiers that she thinks can go into the trenches and really dig England out of a very difficult situation. So I still expect the likes of Millie Bright and Leah Williamson to be at centre-back, that midfield three of Georgia Stanway, Ella Toone, Kira Walsh, who haven't been firing on all cylinders and really did have to put up with a lot of French pressure in that game on Friday. I still expect them to play, and I still expect the same front three of Beth Mead, Alessia Russo and Lauren Hemp to play up front, because obviously all three have scored goals under Sarina Wiegman before. Beth Mead is England's highest goal scorer in the Wiegman era, but at the same time obviously England have been lacking creativity, but I expect England to stick with what they know tonight. That is very much the Sarina Wiegman way, but it's a lot of pressure on this team because obviously they've struggled in the last 12 months or so. They've lost big games against Spain, against the Netherlands, against Belgium, and obviously France in that list as well. They really do need for their most experienced players to come good tonight.
You're speaking about experienced players, but we know that there's no Mary Earps. How much of a blow is that?
I think in terms of quality, there isn't a huge drop-off, is there? I think England arguably have the best crop of goalkeepers in world football, with Mary Earps and Hannah Hampton as the number 2 and Chiara Keating as the number 3 as well. So Hannah Hampton will come in and start tonight, and obviously she played the game against the Republic of Ireland in Dublin a couple of months ago as well, so she's experienced. But look, the fact of the matter is England, as we're saying, wants experience, and there's no more experienced player, no more big game player than Mary Earps. She was obviously England's goalkeeper all the way through to the Euros final. She saved a penalty and was the World Cup Golden Glove winner at the World Cup final as well in last summer, and obviously you saw her in the FA Cup run for Manchester United just how vital she was to get them their first trophy. She is a big game player. England want leadership, they want experience. They're going to have to do it without the world's best number 1 tonight.
And Lauren James also going to miss the game with that foot injury. Can they cope? How can they cope without her influence?
Yeah, look, despite the fact that Lauren James is England's top goal scorer in the WSL this season, she still isn't a guaranteed starter for England. And when we heard Sarina Wiegman talk about they have identity and obviously the players feel comfortable, it's the fact of the matter is they have a system they think they know can go and win these big games. But Lauren James offers something completely different. She can go off script. Her skill, her creativity, her ability to create a chance out of nowhere, her ability to break the lines is unparalleled pretty much in European football. And for England to have that even off the bench would be huge tonight, because England struggled creatively on Friday night against France. They only had 2 shots on target throughout the whole game, despite completing more than nearly 600 passes throughout the whole game. So Sarina Wiegman talked about how they missed those kind of big moments. Lauren James is a big moment player. That is what they're going to miss tonight. A lot of pressure, a lot of focus will be on Beth Mead and Lauren Hemp and Alessia Russo, maybe Chloe Kelly to come off the bench. They do have the likes of Aggie Beaver-Jones, Jess Naz, who could potentially come on to make their debut. But I think, like I said, England are going to look to their experienced players, experienced attackers to come good tonight, and they're going to have to do so in what will be a very difficult game against very, very difficult opposition.
Anton, great stuff. Thank you very much.